All right, so check me out. I want to show you all how I'm using AI to really flesh out a lot of the creative ideas that I have as a creative, but sometimes don't have the time to sit and do the logistical frameworks for. So currently, I'm in the process of preparing my third through fifth graders for our 2026 Black History program. Now, the app that I use to organize all of my ideas is Google Keep. If you use Memo, the Memo app on your phone, that's cool. I like Google Keep because I got several accounts, and because it's cloud based, I'm able to jump back and forth between several devices. As you see, I got my setup over here, right? So, at any rate, basically what I do is I just ideate everything in its rawest form over here. Um, and then so this process is ongoing because I'm just able just to kind of talk to myself and kind of work my ideas out. Then after I've gotten a pretty clear roadmap of what I want to do, I then move over to Claude. Now I love Claude because Claude is a little bit more academic than Chat GPT and my personal dealings with AI. I use ChatGPT mainly to create worksheets for my students, but I use Claude because it goes a little bit deeper into searching the internet and just like the scholarly component. And then Grok is really good as well. But at any rate, what I did was I took out the idea at the bottom of my Black History program, which was I want to do a Mancala tournament because if you know anything about the game Mancala, you know that first off it comes from Africa, and it's a brilliant game to teach kids not only basic math skills but more importantly the metacognition skill of strategy, right? Like how do I use my math skills in order to make strategic moves to put me in the best position to win the game, right? So I not only want to teach the African roots of this game, but I want to teach how this game was spread out of Africa and sent to different parts of the world, and how other cultures have developed their own versions of the game, right? And then I want to teach those metacognitive skills of strategy. And the end result is so that, especially for my third to fifth graders, that this can somehow help them in their EOGs. Now, obviously, I need to do way more research, from a scholarly standpoint to prove that last part about the EOG scores. But I'm not so much worried about that. I'm just showing right now I'm just trying to get the ball rolling, right? So what I did was I dumped into Claude, I prompted it, I said, help me craft my K through 5 Mancala tournament. Like I said, I'm more so concerned about my 3 through 5 whenever I say EOGs, but it's going to be a school-wide thing. And so boom, it hooked me up, gave me a day one all the way to the end, gave me a brilliant breakdown of cross-curricular connections. Now, here's what I want to say to you. Listen, if you're new to dealing with AI, you got to understand that AI is man-made. So that means that, listen, if human beings are God-made and we make mistakes, how much more is some stuff that we make gonna make mistakes? So you got to check your robot. Don't think that your robot is divine and flawless. No, you got to go back behind these things because they just be putting stupid stuff sometimes. The way that they say that robots make mistakes is they say that they hallucinate. So at any rate, what I do, and you also got to understand too, man, listen, for all my black people, listen, AI is culturally biased. It will put some goofy stuff down, and you really got to go back and you got to correct it because the way that it pulls from the internet, it's not like it's pulling from websites that have all of the true black and African history. A lot of the places it pulls from is from very biased and Eurocentric places. So if you want the real strength of the of true history in your stuff, you have to be, once again, you can't trust this robot to do your work for you. You still got to do it. So at any rate, I got the ball rolling, got my structure going, and as you can see, this is just dope. The overall structure is dope because it gives me a tournament overview, gives me educational objectives, gives me mathematical fluency goals, and then it broke down my schedule for me. You see what I'm saying? Skills development. Look at this, man. Week 1, we're doing ancient roots, introduction to history and culture, opening ceremonies and cultural immersion, school-wide assembly from ancient Africa to our classroom, the story of Michaela's journey from Ethiopian highlands and Egyptian tombs. You see what I'm saying? Like it do its part, right? All the way to, all right, boom, because we're gonna do this for 2 months. Look, the February focus is advanced application, complex mental math during gameplay, strategic planning and prediction, mathematical communication and explanation, integration of cultural knowledge with mathematical skills. So, listen, if you are a right brain creative person like I am, and your superpower is that you constantly have an engine going of creative ideas, I highly encourage you to use these AI tools to help do the left brain structural work that sometimes as a creative person will slow you down, because you got to switch brain functions. You got to go from right brain to left brain in order to structure things. In business, everybody who I admire and who I check out who's talking about AI, they're talking about, we're going to have billion-dollar companies that are run by one person, all because they have mastered being able to use different forms of AI in conjunction with one another in order to create these mega companies. Well, if they can do it in business, man, we can do it as educators. So I'll leave you with that. Y'all be cool. I'll talk to you later. Peace.